Good morning, students. Welcome you all to today's English class. Today we will study a lesson from the book First Flight, The Sermon at Banaras. This lesson is written by Betty Renstow. Betty Renstow was an American writer. She was born on October 2nd, 1921 in Renstow family. She died on April 30, 1999 at the age of 77. Now this story, the sermon at Banaras, sermon is actually preachings. So now this story is the story of a lady, Kissa Gautami, who had lost her son. In grief, she carried her son from one place to another, but nobody could help her. Finally, she went to Lord Buddha and she wanted her son to be revived. But the question is whether Lord Buddha saved her son's life or she learned some lesson that was really very important. So this is what the story is. So let's read and find what happened in the end. Now Gautam Buddha began his life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam. In the beginning we are told about Gautam Buddha. We have already read about him a lot. That Gautam Buddha, he was named Siddhartha Gautam. Okay, he lived in North India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later he returned home to marry a princess. At the age of 12, he was sent to read holy scriptures, holy books, okay, sacred holy books, and 4 years later he returned and he got married to a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. They had a son. Gautam Buddha had a son and he lived his married life for 10 years and he enjoyed the royalty of that place. He was a royal king. At about the age of 25, the prince, heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world. Now, up to the age of 25, he had never seen at this point, heretofore is at this point, shielded means saved from the suffering of the world. Up to this age, he was saved, he had no sufferings, he had never seen anybody suffering in this world. Okay, and once while out hunting, once he went for hunting, he chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. And he by chance got a chance to see a sick man, an aged man, and a funeral procession. Funeral processions, you know that when somebody died, so he is taking for funeral. So this is funeral procession. And finally a monk, somebody beggar who was begging for alms. So these sights so moved him that at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. So now he was so moved to see all these sights, he was so pained to see all these things that he immediately left his house and went to seek enlightenment. Enlightenment is state of high spiritual knowledge, and he wanted to know the cause of suffering which he had seen, which he had witnessed in all the people. He wandered for 7 years. He wandered at different places. He went to different places for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree. Now and finally he wandered everywhere, but he could not find his answer. And finally sat down under a peepal tree where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. And what he pledged that until he would be enlightened, he would not move from that place. So he sat under a peepal tree. Enlightened after 7 days. After 7 days he was enlightened and he renamed the tree the Bodhi tree, the tree of wisdom. And he named that tree, peepal tree, Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree means the tree of wisdom. And began to teach and to share his new understandings. And after that he became a preacher and he started teaching and sharing his new knowledge to the world. At this point, he became known as Buddha, the awakened or the enlightened. Now, before that, he was named Siddhartha Gautam, but after that, he was named Buddha. Buddha means the awakened or enlightened, one who knows everything, one who has spiritual knowledge. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Banaras, most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganga. So he gave his first sermon, first preachings at the city of Banaras. That is the most holy city, as we all know, on the river Ganga. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. So this sermon, this preaching has been preserved and is given here, and this is all a part of this lesson. So it reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Inscrutable, which you cannot save, which you cannot escape. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Okay, which cannot be understood. Inscrutable is which cannot be understood, the kind of suffering. So this was his first preaching, which is given in this lesson. So now what was there? Actually, Kissa Gautami had an only son and he died. Now it is a story of a lady, Kissa Gautami, who had only one son and he died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine, and the people said, "She has lost her senses, the boy is dead." So now in her grief, she went from one place to another, one neighbor to another, neighbors to another, went to all the neighbors and asking them for medicine. And the people said, "You have gone mad, because the son is dead, you cannot revive it back." At length, Kissa Gautami met a man who replied to her request, "I cannot give thee medicine for thy child, but I know a physician who can." So now at some distance, Kissa Gautami found a man who said that he could not give her any kind of medicine, but he can tell the address of a physician, a doctor, who can treat her, who can treat that child. And the girl said, "Pray tell me, sir, who is it? Please tell me who is that person." And the man replied, "Go to Shakyamuni, the Buddha." So the person said, "You should go to Buddha." Kissa Gautami repaired to the Buddha and cried. Repaired means in a stylistic went to. She went to Buddha and cried, "Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my son." So she wanted the medicine that would revive her son, that would give her life. Buddha answered, "I want a handful of mustard seed." So now Buddha said, "Okay, I can revive your son, I can give life to your son, but I want a handful, a मुट्ठी भर मुझे एक सरसों के बीज चाहिए, सरसों के seeds चाहिए." And when the girl in her joy promised to procure it, the Buddha added, "The mustard seeds must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend." So lady was so happy. It's a very simple thing that she can easily get those mustard seeds, but the condition put by Gautam Buddha was that the seeds must be taken from the house where no one has lost any family member, like child, husband, parent or friend. You have to bring mustard seed from that family where nobody has lost any family member. Poor Kissa Gautami now went from house to house, and the people pitied her and said, "Here is mustard seeds, take it." But when she asked, "Did a son or daughter, a father or mother die in your family?" they answered her, "Alas, the living are few, but the dead are many." Now poor Kissa Gautami, she went to all the nearby houses, and people all pitied her, and they सब दया दिखा रहे थे. सबने कहा कि you can take the mustard seeds, they are available. But when she asked, "Did anybody in your family died before?" so everybody said, "The living are few, but the dead are many." There are so many people who have died, and do not remind us of our deepest grief. Now what they all wanted, that they should not be reminded of their दिस डीपेस्ट सोरो, कि ये सबसे बड़ा दुख होता है लाइफ का कि इसको हमें याद मत दिलाओ, बट इफ़ यू वांट द मस्टर्ड सीड यू कैन टेक. एंड देयर वाज नो हाउस but some beloved, no one had died in it, and there was no house in that nearby area where nobody had died. Kisa Gautami became weary. She was really tired and hopeless and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city. And then she just sat down there and she was watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. And they flickered up, they flicker means they हिलती थी लाइट, थोड़ा जलती थी, and ultimately that extinguished again. At last the darkness of the night reigned everywhere, and at last what happened, that it was completely dark, it ruled everywhere, the darkness was everywhere. And she considered the fate of men, that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. So now what she considered, that is all with man also, that they all live, that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again, कि वो थोड़ी देर के लिए जलती है but वो बुझ जाती है. And she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my grief. Now what she learned, that death is common to all, कि that everybody has to die one day. Death is it is an inevitable thing, it is compulsory. Okay, yet in this valley of desolation there is a path that leads to him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. And how selfish I am in my grief, because death is inevitable. And yet in this valley of desolation, what does it mean? An area which is filled with deep sorrow. We are all sorrowful now, but even then there is a path that leads him to immortality, who has surrounded all selfishness. But the person who has surrendered all selfishness, who has left all his selfishness, he can become immortal. He can वो अमर हो सकता है, वो अपने अच्छे कामों से अमर हो सकते हैं. But the death is inevitable, death is compulsory, it is to be with everyone. Now Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain. So now what Buddha said, कि the life of people in this world is troubled, it is full of problems, it's brief, it's very short, and filled with pain also. For there is not any means by which those who have been born can avoid dying. And now what Gautam Buddha said, that there is no mean that where the people who are born, and if they are dying, they cannot be revived. That those that have been born can avoid dying. Nobody can avoid dying. Everybody has to die. After reaching old age, there is death. After old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings, and this is all the nature of living beings. This is all the quality of human beings, that they have all to die. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. So as ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, जैसे कि पका हुआ फ्रूट है ना, वो जल्दी टूट के गिर जाता है. Same ways for mortals. Mortal means human beings, living beings, those who have to die when born are always in danger of death. They are always in danger of death, कि they all have to die one day. As all certain vessels made by the potter end in being broken, as earthen vessels, कि जो मिट्टी के बर्तन बनाता है कोई भी, कि जो वो भी एक दिन ना एक दिन वो टूटने ही होते हैं. So is the life of mortals, so is the life of all these living beings on this earth. Both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. So both young and adult, or the rich or poor, or the intelligent, wise or fool, all have to die one day. All are subject to death. Of those who overcome by death depart from life, a father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen their relations. Now of those who overcome by death, those who overcome these kind of feelings, those who understand that death is inevitable, depart from life. Okay, those who overcome by death depart from life. They all depart, they also leave this life. A father cannot save his son. Okay, a father cannot save his son, or a kinsman their relation, or any relative cannot save their relations. Mark, while relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, one by one mortals are carried off. And while relatives are still looking and lamenting, they are deeply affected by this. Now they are really painful, they are lamenting deeply, but one by one all mortals are carried off. Like an ox that is led to the slaughter, जैसे कि एक ऑक्स को एक कसाई के पास लेके जाते हैं, ऐसे ही वो एक एक करके सब मरते रहते हैं. So the world is afflicted with means affected by death and decay. Therefore the wise do not grieve. सबको पता है कि डेथ होनी है एक दिन, तो we should accept this fact and we should not grieve. We should not be sad. We should not be sorrowful about that. Knowing the terms of the world. Not from weeping, nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. रोने से या दुख मनाने से कोई भी एक पीस को पा नहीं सकता है, उसके अंदर पीस नहीं आ सकती है. नोबडी कैन गेट पीस. ऑन द कंट्रेरी, हिज पेन विल बी द ग्रेटर एंड हिज बॉडी विल सफर. रादर ही विल सफर मच एंड हिज बॉडी विल बी इन ग्रेट पेन. ही विल मेक हिमसेल्फ सिक एंड पेल, और वो अपने आप को बीमार कर लेगा, नर्वस कर लेगा. Yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation, and yet we cannot save the dead ones. We cannot, our sorrow, our grief cannot bring the dead ones back. He who seek peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. And one who seek peace, one who want to live with peace, he must come out of his lamentation, his pain and his complaint and sorrow, everything. He must come out of all these things. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. कि जो ये सब निकाल देगा, जो अपने अंदर से सारे दुखों को निकाल देगा, he will become composed and will obtain peace of mind, and he will be a really peaceful soul. He who has overcome all the sorrow will become free from sorrow and be blessed. And one who has overcome all sorrow, who has overcome all these kind of sorrows, and who has accepted this fact that that is compulsory, that is inevitable, that will become free from sorrow, and he will be free from sorrow and he will be blessed. He will get the blessings of the God. So this is a very short story but with a powerful lesson that how we should accept life. Okay, and if we talk about the theme of this lesson, it is also there, that is about the death is inevitable. Nobody can avoid dying. The world is afflicted with death and decay. The wise don't grieve. He who has overcome all will become free from sorrow and be blessed. So this is what the theme of this lesson is. It is also given, all these lines are given in the lesson also. So we have to understand it. We have to do all the question answers in the notebook, fair notebook, okay, and do the assignment worksheets which are given in Braille. So with that, thank you so much.